episode
Glass duck rope.
2, 1?
Not the boat.
Hello.
Hello.
Boat.
Okay, alright, guys. I will end the stream right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Nick's gonna do our weird intro.
Do you want me to do the intro?
Sure.
You want me to say it?
Yeah. It's your thing.
Hello? It's my thing.
It's your thing.
Alright, give me 2 seconds.
Just the talent. I already talked about this.
And there's the reactions.
I'm just here. I'm just here.
Alright, so welcome everybody to Twisted Tales Around the Campfire, a Twisted Team production, episode 2.
Technically 1.
Well, the
1.5.
first one was the pilot. This one's episode 2.
Yeah, fair. That's valid. Please let us know how audio is, of course, as always.
Yes. Please do tell us, because we had, I guess, technical issues with
Did we?
episode 1. Well, with me being quiet as all hell.
With my Wegman sub ready to get spooked.
I'm not a parrot dog.
Today with us we have, as always, Griffin, Brutus, and
Whoa.
Nick. As well as myself, but I don't
Yes.
count myself, so it's fine.
You're still here. even
I'm
in
still
spirit.
here, even in spirit. My ghostly essence is around.
Yeah.
Who
So,
would like to go first? Well, actually, we should
Well-
probably talk about what we're talking about today.
that's what I've been trying to do.
Let Nick run it, damn it.
Okay, alright,
Nick,
I'll
run
shut
it.
the fuck up!
Let go.
Yes. So, as episode 2, we are kind of segueing from our episode 1, as Griff so adamantly put, with, I guess, the conjuncture of mythology that is around Japanese, Chinese, and Korean mythologies. Today, we are talking about yokai, aka Japanese cryptids. Now, with that, we all did a little bit of research and looked up some yokai that were fun, interesting, something that tickled our brain just a little bit through history, through our time here on Earth. And if no one will stop me, I will go first with a little tale that I have heard.
A little tail.
A little
Please do,
tail,
little tail.
please. Go right ahead.
All right, wonderful. So, imagine if you will.
Imagine if you will. Nicholas,
Chat.
imagine if you will.
Chat. Imagine if you will. I don't know what Nick is
I'm
Ah.
changing the song. I don't know why this is on a spooky
Ah.
There we go.
So, take yourself back. Your eyes slowly open up to this beautiful auburn forest. And before you, there is a wonderful lake with a waterfall that flows right into it. There's a little stream nearby. And you decided to doze off right next to the tree that you were leaning on. And you look down at your boot and you see there's a little spider web. Just some little spider came along, draped a nice little web onto your boot into the grass, and you're like, you know, I was asleep for a little while to the point where this spider thought my own boot was just another rock. I don't want to destroy all of his work, so you bend down, you scoop up as much of the web as you can off of your shoe, and you kind of just place it onto the tree. And you think nothing of it until a few seconds later, when the tree is ripped from behind you and dragged behind the waterfall. At this point, you go,
What?
fuck that shit, and start running back to town. And that's when you learn that that waterfall and that particular lake, no one goes near, because there is a giant spider lady that lives in the cave behind it. Now, you, not being perturbed by it,
Oh yes, not perturbed.
No,
Oh, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. It doesn't bug me whatsoever.
Not a single thing.
I might get her number.
I might get her number.
Well,
She seems
you're
fun.
getting a little ahead of yourself.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Oh.
good.
Because
Oh, no.
after talking to another demon and not getting any information, you just decide, fuck it, I'm jumping into the waterfall.
Fuck it.
To
Fuck it,
which,
might as well.
you see the local yokai, a Juragormo,
Spider
AK.
mommy.
the
Is it Spider
spider
Mommy?
mommy.
Oh my god.
The top half from like the belly button up, beautiful woman, gorgeous, absolutely draped in silk. And you wonder how she can afford it, but that's when you look below and you see the absolute monstrosity of a spider abdomen. And
So
now
the
this
feel
becomes
area.
a 50-50 bet. Either she takes you in and you are very happily married to a giant spider lady, or she
For
just
those
straight up
wondering,
you.
that's what it looks like.
Jesus.
I just put it on the screen. For you
Jesus.
guys. There you go.
Oh my god.
Let me make it a little bigger.
There is that one, but I also have an image that if Breen would like to put up
Do you
for
have
me.
it? Do you have it in Discord?
I'm gonna send it to you in Discord right now. I'll put it
Okay,
into
alright. All right.
the squad.
Welcome everyone. By the way, for those that don't know, this is our Twisted Tales Around the Campfire podcast. This is episode 2.
Dude, Nick. What?
What is that? All right. This is what Nick had sent to Discord. In case you were wondering.
Oh my god.
So for the audio listeners, it is. I don't even know how to describe it. I'm gonna be honest.
So, that image is from a YouTube channel that I absolutely love. It's called Overly Sarcastic Productions,
Mhm.
and they do every like 2 weeks or so. They do miscellaneous myths. They don't really do like cryptids or yokai because they don't really want to get into all of the like the regional cryptids and all that. Because a lot of yokai are like to a specific location.
Mhm.
Kind of like the Juragormo, because legend has it there's literally only one. And it's at this like specific waterfall.
Damn.
But they draw
Oh.
semi-anime style quality images, and this just goes because like I found this one way before like I even saw the miscellaneous myths and got into Overly Sarcastic Production, because I found it in a animated movie called Hellboy: The Sword of Storms. And in it there are just a bunch of yokai that Hellboy, the protagonist, the red man with a stone hand, and he literally just goes through Japanese mythology,
And Nick
punching,
immediately fell in love.
shooting, and kicking.
Fell in love immediately.
Listen, when I saw the movie, she was just sitting there playing the the instrument where
Mhm.
it's like the board and there's the like the two bits, and she's just plucking the strings, and it's like, oh,
A
okay.
lyre?
It's just
lyre?
a lady. No, it's not a lyre. It's a
mandolin.
Japanese instrument.
Hold
I
on, I'm
would
gonna look it
argue
up.
A lyre could be similar.
Keep
Mm,
talking.
sure. Yeah.
Hold
keep
on, I'm
talking.
looking it up.
Yeah, keep talking. Keep talking. Also,
talking, Nick. Oh, wait, we're looking at
chat.
it.
Let
But-
me.
Don't stop.
I need to know that story, by the way.
Oh, yeah, about
Rocket.
the
Yeah,
Skinwalker? I didn't wanna
Skinwalker,
interrupt Nick, but I
also didn't
too
wanna
am
interrupt-
interested.
Yeah, I too am interested. So please let us know about that. Nick, continue.
It's called a koto,
So-
by the way.
A koto.
Koto? So there's in the movie, he just comes across a bunch of different yokai. He comes across a kappa, he comes across a bunch of the general, like, the women yokai, like the long neck and the no neck woman.
Mhm.
Couple kitsune. He even meets up with a tengu. And they're just a lot of fun, but I guess like the giant spider lady just kind of like hit
It just
from
hit a
home
little
because
different.
it just hit a little different. But yeah, that's the basis, I guess, of my start. I was just about to try and see if I could find the scene that she's in.
Mm. Now I have a question. Is this
Um,
what started your monster fucking adventures or
Arc.
yeah,
The arc of life.
arc of life?
Arc, the monster
Your,
fucker
your
arc.
canon event.
the canon event.
Yeah, your canon event.
I have no idea, honestly. The monster fucking canon event has been buried deep in my
In your soul.
Your soul in your groin.
Your soul. Oh my goodness.
In your loins.
In your loins.
in my loins.
But Nick, where did this all come from? Like, was everything inspired from this? Or vice versa?
Yeah.
Like, which part do you mean?
Giorgio Ragumo.
Well, like I said, when I first saw it, it was in this animated Hellboy movie, which, I mean, it probably was earlier because what person in their like middle school, high school years hasn't just gotten access to the school computer and just looked up
Yep.
like mythological creatures?
Dude, sometimes
That's not what I was looking up on the internet.
I
I
was
gotta
looking
tell
up-
you.
If I got access to the internet in school, it was Newgrounds until the
Yeah.
teacher came over and yelled at me. She was always yelling consistently.
I was always just looking up things, and I am pasting the YouTube link for the Hellboy
Oh, cool. Let me
scene.
Oh shit. Let me throw that. You went into the wrong thing.
Oh,
There we go.
I'm sorry.
No, the thing.
The thing,
video.
damn it.
Yeah, I have two
thing, Nicholas.
different folders, two different internet things open right now. Just so I can keep an eye on things, but all right, let me turn the music off.
Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, let's see.
The quality of this is raggedy looking German Shepherd. Oh shit.
Yeah, you gotta find anything any better. Oh man, 240p.
Yeah, it's kind of shit quality. No, I'm kidding.
I just grabbed the first one and also the smallest, like
Clip.
the fewest episode, like the fewest amount of minutes.
Hmm.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
just
the
in
shortest
time.
clip.
I was about to play one of my own compositions.
Lucky you.
I am.
But it's
ready to
just, you
fall
know,
into my lap.
The
But you
general
can
like
come here.
yokai that just
Nothing
shows up.
will ease your burdens. Sit with me and we will enjoy
Plus, I think it
ourselves.
was still Ron Perlman who voiced
Don't think
Hellboy
so.
in this.
I got
Hell
somewhere
yeah.
to go.
Listen to the tone of
He
his
still wants to
conduct.
do more
My
Hellboy
name is
movies, but
Breen
he's
from fine
getting too
silk.
old.
Damn.
Like his he wants to do more, but his body is just not letting him.
These are all very poor.
Is it
Oh,
not
the
beautiful?
the strings are now
But-
bleeding.
Yep.
Okay then, huh? Hey!
And now there's poorly... I can't see. I'm assuming it's spider webs. Yeah, it's spider webs. I hate that, actually. That's a lot of spiders. No thank you. As somebody who does not like spiders,
Well, that's the start. Like the main myth of it is like she tried to pull a guy in, but he wiped the spider web onto the tree, and she just yanked the tree off.
mm.
and it's giving me very like the Hobbit vibes when they're like in the spider nest.
Hmm.
I'm sorry I couldn't share my music with you. All the same, a mother must feed her
Strong webbing.
children.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of spiders. No, thank you. Hey, Micho.
Hello.
Screw you.
Yeah, it's
Just
a
the
lot of.
screw you.
Well, that's normally a saying. Like they're gonna give him a little quip. He'll just say "fuck you" and then shoot him in the face.
Yeah.
The most that I think he like actually had like a
don't
back and
have time for
forth
this.
with like an enemy was in either the first Hellboy where he's talking to the first like devil dog, where it's just like you ate 6 guards, boots and all. Oh, you're gonna need a lot of fiber to push all that out. Or the second movie where he's fighting a dude with a metal hand. And he breaks the guy's metal hand, and the dude's looking at his hand like, dude, you broke my fucking hand. He goes, what do you mean? You were punching me. You broke your own damn hand.
Damn. All right. Well, shit.
That was a Spider Woman.
That was indeed a
Yep.
Spider Woman. We can close out of that.
But he fights a bunch. He fights a bunch of different yokai. One of which I think is someone else's. So I will leave it for them. But yeah, so there's my yokai. There are many more because I could go off on how many yokai are Pokemon inspired. But
And vice versa.
I was gonna say I have an entire article of every single Pokemon that is yokai inspired, which is a
there's
lot.
too many.
There's too many. Yeah, this it's the roots. What is this? Yokai, the folklore roots of Pokemon, and it's just like this huge, and it goes through like a little bit of them, but not all of them.
Is it written by a guy? Forget what. Does it have a Who's the author?
M. Lucario? That's not Lucario. It's spelled differently.
Mhm, sure.
Lucario. Lucario.
Luchari.
No.
Luchari.
I'm just trying to remember because when we used to go to the conventions, there used to be a dude who like did mythology panels, and he had books that you could
That's
buy
the
from
article.
his stand afterwards, and one of them was Pokemon and Yokai,
Mm-hmm.
and it just went into like a small depth of certain Pokemon and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, and I do recommend the Hellboy movie because just looking at all the different yokai that are in it.
Yeah.
There's a Kappa in it that he beats the shit out of, and after it like dries up, he keeps beating the shit out of it like it's a goddamn maraca.
Lovely. That's Lucero, by the way.
Lucero. I'm very bad at y'all learned I was naturally blonde today, so
Sorry,
Well,
so am I.
They
So-
did also say that like they were going to pronounce things wrong.
Yeah, it's very true. I did say I was going to pronounce a lot of things wrong today. I do want to read the comment from Rocket about the Wendigo. So I was smoking outside my porch, and there was this tree on the corner of my yard with low branches, and I see these 2 eyes glowing because of my porch light coming out from around the tree. This big mangy dog comes out all slow and walks down my fence line, just staring at me. How did you get out of that? Is my question.
It was on his porch, isn't he? Right inside.
He just walks inside, just ignores it entirely.
Well, that's enough for
Well,
one day.
Yeah, right. That's enough for one day. He stands at my gate just looking at me with eyes, and I just yelled out at him, told him to get out of here. All he did was let out a giant growl. Amazing.
Now, what makes you think this was not just a German Shepherd?
Not just a mini dog.
Yeah, just
Even
Don't
though then it's
don't get me
standing up.
wrong. I would rather it be a Skinwalker.
be more surprising.
Yeah.
It'd be more fun.
It would definitely be
mean,
a story to
honestly,
tell. Yeah.
If anything, it could have been like a black shuck as well. It could have just been like a demon dog that was just there to be like, the next 2 times you see me, you're going to die.
Oh, it's like the
Stop
piano.
smoking.
Stop smoking.
Stop smoking, you're going to see me sooner. Keep chucking those cancer sticks.
Oh God. Who would like to go next?
I mean, I'll guess. I'll go. I'll go.
Okay.
I know I had the
Man.
stories last time, but
You had some good stories last time.
I'm
some
going to be a
great
little more
ones.
analytical
Oh.
on this one because I just read this shit straight out of a book. You could call me
Mhm.
the professor today
Oh, okay.
if you
All
if
right.
you wanted. You don't have to, but PhD and
Professor
Ghost.
Griffin has
Professor, I
the
have to go
mic.
to the bathroom. What's
sit
your-
down,
Oh.
shut the fuck up.
Oh. What's your policy on
Elizabeth
absences?
You know what? If I'm hungover, you don't have to come in that day.
Oh, bet. Okay.
How
Are you
often are
hungover
you
now?
hungover?
He backs up slowly
And
around
plus,
my
you
car.
technically can't be hungover if you're still drinking.
That's very true.
That's true.
Yeah.
What happens if I bring pizza in? Do I get an A?
All right, it's too many questions. I'm gonna read this.
Okay. All right.
I sent you a picture of this lovely thing in
Oh,
Discord.
good. Okay. Let me see. What?
That's it looks like a marble slab.
You're killing Nick, by the way.
Get out the
This
giggles,
is-
buddy.
This is the photo he has sent us. This is what we're going to be talking about. For audio listeners, I'm looking at a wall of flesh. It's the
You'll
best
see.
way I can.
Oh my god.
So this
Marble
yokai,
slab was given life.
and I got this out of the book of Yokai by Michael Dillon Foster. It's a pretty interesting book. I do recommend it if anybody wants to read it. But this yokai is called the Nurikabe, and it literally translates to plaster wall.
Okay.
I can see that.
The Norikabe is probably most famous as one of the standard characters in Mizuki Shigeru's Gegege no Kitaro, where it appears as an animated rectangular wall with eyes, arms, and legs.
Mhm.
The Yokai glossary describes the Nurikabe as a mysterious phenomenon found on the coast of Anga County in Chikuzen. There's a lot of fucking Japanese words in this.
Yeah.
Which is present-day Fukuoka Prefecture. When you are walking around a road at night, suddenly a wall appears in front of you and you cannot go anywhere. It is said that if you take a stick and strike it at the bottom, it will disappear, but if you hit it at the top part, nothing will happen. Similar Nurikabe phenomena have been documented elsewhere in Kyushu, such as Tanuki no Nurikabe. In this case, the walker suddenly is unable to see in front of himself or herself, that just sounds like you just can't see.
You're just blind.
Just temporary blindness.
Yeah.
The Yokai glossary describes a personal experience from Mizuki, a personal experience with a Nurikabe-like encounter that occurred when he was in New Guinea during World War II, which,
Yeah.
you know what side he's fighting for.
Mhm.
Exhausted and alone, he is walking through the dark jungle at night, eager to rejoin his companions and wary of enemies, when suddenly he feels as if he is stuck in coal tar, unable to move forward or to either side. Completely at a loss for what to do, he sits down for a few minutes, and when he tries to walk again, it's as if nothing had happened at all, which is the worst eyewitness story I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Ever. He was like, yeah, I can't walk. I'm gonna sit down for a second. I can walk now.
What? Oh man, I can finally walk.
Yeah, and that's my first one. That's the first one. Don't worry, they get better.
Oh,
so
good.
you know,
Oh, good.
whoever wants to go next.
Well, so for me, this wall just reminds me of like the original Pokemon games. Like this is what Snorlax was supposed to
Oh
be.
yeah, or in
yeah.
Mario when you're
The
with
the
the walls,
thwomps.
the
The
thwomps. Yeah, the thwomps.
I was gonna say you
But-
put a bar of soap in the microwave.
Yeah.
That, but this is where it also goes. Like if this thing were real,
Hmm.
and and you could like see it, and you walk up to it, like it just appears in front of you, and you just go like face first into it. What the fuck does that feel like? Do you just walk into like a big sweaty man?
I don't think so because because the word Nurikabe directly translates to plaster wall. So
yes, but like the way that the picture was shown,
it does look fleshy.
It does look like a big fleshy man. So I don't know if walking into something that's like sweaty and fleshy is better than a plaster wall.
I feel so gross just even thinking about it.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, so that picture that you just posted, Brutus, and I guess sort of the one that I posted is actually Edo period illustrations where it looks like a flat-faced three-eye elephant.
It does.
Yeah, I can see like the elephant standard because you kind of got like the big ears.
Oh god, this is a big image.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a pretty big one.
It's so zoomed in.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you trying to walk down this street?
No, you're not.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Griff, I did actually take that from a site when I looked up the name, Nurikabe.
Did you?
I did.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. Well, no. Just to give a minor description that it is also amusingly known to be an excuse
for being late to work, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't make it in. I'm so sorry. I got stopped. Yeah.
There was a wall that just said I couldn't get by it.
It looked like a sad elephant. All right.
It does look like a bar of soap that like you threw in the microwave though. It just looks
like a lumpy mattress.
Yeah.
Ugh. Do not want to sleep on that.
So what's next? What do we got?
Who's next?
Who's next? I guess I can go next.
Yeah, if we have multiples, we can just go around in like a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a few, so
you have a few
because there are a few that I have pulled up. Because again, I looked up what Hellboy fought. So
imagine. Oh no.
Go ahead.
No. So what are we
I was just gonna, just in case, because we didn't really share these with each other before we started.
Oh right.
I picked up just a bunch of them, so we didn't have doubles.
That's fair. That's valid. I have one, and then I had another, and then I was like, no, I'm a basic bitch for that one, so I just stuck with the other one. So imagine, right? You're walking. It's a little late at night. Imagine, if you will, you're walking around town late at night. You're going down like a little dark alleyway. You just got back from the bars. You know, you're a little tipsy. Not really. You're just like hanging out. You're having a good time. You're making your way back. All of a sudden, you feel like something's watching you, but you don't see anything. You do like the paranoid, like looking over your shoulder, like, is anybody behind me? Like nobody's there. No one's there. But you hear what sounds like bones rattling. And you're like, what is that? You know, you assume, since it's close to, I guess, Halloween, you're just kind of like, okay, maybe it's a Halloween decoration, or maybe it's some sort of like decoration that's just like blowing in the wind. But then it gets louder, and it continues, and it sounds almost like teeth chattering, like one of those like those toys. Yeah, like those teeth chattering.
No spooky, scary skeletons?
No spooky, scary skeletons. No, it's not singing spooky, scary skeletons, but the next thing you know is you're being lifted off the ground hundreds of feet in the air as you suddenly become face to face with a Gashadokoro, which is translated to giant skeleton or rattling skull.
Yeah.
I really wish I was joking. That is actually the translation is giant skeleton.
I have it pulled up here too.
It's a good one. So these guys are actually hundreds of skeletons of lost soldiers. Soldiers that were like lost in battle. They're now considered. Yes, they're from Home Depot.
They're the trophy skeletons we saw.
They're from Home Depot. The they are. I have it pulled up here. Actually, let me. So the origin of these guys is they are soldiers whose bodies had rotted on the fields and were not given a proper burial.
Mhm.
And they were unable to pass on. So their souls are kind of all mingling together, and there's hundreds of these, and their sole purpose is just to get rid of all that burnt up anger and rage. Like, they have no... That's all they want to do. They just want to get out that pent up energy.
They want to get out the rage. They
Yeah.
want to disrespect their surroundings.
Exactly. Too large and powerful to be killed, Gashajuraku maintain their existence until the energy and malice stored up in their bodies has completely burnt out. However, because of the large amount of dead bodies required to form a single one, these guys are a lot rarer nowadays compared to like the war times.
Compared to when everyone was fighting everyone.
Yes, exactly. So you don't really see these guys as often anymore. But they are very cool. I think Brutus just found a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
There is after some mild searching and very easy searching, there is a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
There is a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
It is a synchro card, so it's still hard to see, but it's a Gashido Kuro, the skeletal Mayakashi.
Yes. So
I believe is the name.
Interesting.
Yeah, zombie synchro effect.
Oh, it's a synchro. Cool. I know some Yu-Gi-Oh.
Weird synchro card.
So that is my that's my yokai. Is the giant skeleton that can just disappear out of sight, and then all you know is like all you can sense is the chattering of teeth and feeling like you're being watched before you get grabbed.
Easier to read.
Is that the one that Brutus tried to steal from you?
Yes, it is.
Wait, tried to steal? What?
Because so we were talking about this, like, I think it was 2 nights ago or last night, and I was talking about this.
Literally last night.
It was last night, and I was talking about the giant skeleton, and Brutus goes, "Oh, giant skeleton!" You say, and I was like, "I'll fight you if you take
and
this."
And then he tried to throw me under the bus.
He did try throwing him under the bus.
For comedic effect.
Yeah, there is a lot of really cool art of this guy too, just because he is this like hovering skeleton.
Just a big old skeleton.
Yeah, just like a huge.
And I was gonna say, there's like a bunch of like the old like TikToks when that was going around of like people doing like the big skeleton like from
yeah, like when you're on the plane, it's like, what are you doing in this situation? Like, what do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do? Oh my god,
what do you want me to do with this? I'm not doing shit.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I had one of those pulled up. Gosh. The fuck. But this is one of the most known paintings of the
He's just peeking.
Yeah.
Seeing what's going on.
I can't fucking spell to save my life.
We should get back into
Your girl can't spell. Gasha.
I never knew how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I just like the pictures. I even had the dual disc.
I was kind of obsessed with the Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, here it is.
For me, Yu-Gi-Oh is too much reading.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it is a lot of fucking reading.
Yes,
this one.
What would you guys do in this kind of situation when you see a giant skeleton?
What do you want me to do? I'm 30,000 feet in the air in a fucking metal missile.
Not much else we can do here, but continue minding our business.
And that skeleton is above the cloud line.
Right, I'm doing exactly what this person's doing.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm taking a TikTok of
I will jump out of the plane and embrace it.
Yeah.
How many
Father!
And then you have this one too. What are you doing in this situation? Is the
This is the one I saw.
Yeah. The one where it's just like walking through the city.
Right.
But apparently you don't even know that they're there.
Well,
how?
Because they're spirits.
But they're massive. They're huge.
But you can't see it because you're not a Soul Reaper.
All right. All right.
All right.
Circle from this.
Brutus.
Circle down to Brutus.
Yeah, what do you got there, bud?
After a quick little
Just a quick Google.
yeah. have what is known as a Wanyudo.
Be one
Also-
Yudo.
One
A
Yudo.
Wanyudo. I believe I'm saying that right. Also known. Let me pull it in from-
Yeah, give it to an expert. Come on. Let me see the spelling.
Also known as the Fire Wheel.
The fire wheel.
The fire wheel.
Oops. Yes, the Fire Wheel. Fuck, nothing's working.
I feel that. Since there's a little lapse,
he is correct. It is a
Oh.
Wanyudo.
Wayudo. Interesting. Since there's a little lapse, we did read your the rest of your story. At least I did, and that is a little sketchy.
What?
the Skinwalker.
Oh.
The rest of the Skinwalker story. I didn't want to like ignore it entirely, but we were going through things.
Page go.
It's so weird.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a
It is
Wanyudo. It's a
Wanyudo. You're right. You're
Oh,
right.
it is
It's a form
it
of
is
a-
a fire wheel. Huh.
of a burning wheel.
Yeah.
The tormented face of a man.
Yeah, he looks
Breen
pretty
That
tormented.
is-
tormented. That
That is
picture.
the tiniest image ever. I am so sorry about that. Let me see if I can. There you go. I tried
There, look at
zooming
that
in a
face.
little bit. Yeah.
I could try and find something bigger, but
Looks
I
like
got
he's
this.
shooting ropes.
It looks like he
God.
is super high on something.
Tell me about this wheel.
No, what is this wheel?
It's from a burning ox cart wheel, burn the tormented of a man. It purports him as the condemned soul of a tyrannical
Shogun?
Daimyo?
Oh, Danyo. Yeah.
Daniel?
Now you say it's got an M in there.
Daimyo.
Daniel.
One life, as it was known for the victims, to have drawn him to the back of an ox cart. He was the guard at the gates of hell and wandered back and forth along the roads between the world and the underworld, scaring townsfolk as he passes and stealing the souls of anyone who gets too close.
Isn't this just
You're
the
the-
plot of the tire?
Rubber? Is that what you're thinking
Rubber?
of?
Yeah.
No, it didn't have a face. It just
Oh.
blew up birds.
It didn't have
Oh.
a face.
And was sentient.
That was said
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It was a living tire. Didn't it try to sleep with someone?
I don't
one of the
know.
scenes?
Oh no.
Yes, it did.
Anyway,
Uh,
continue.
I
So
was thinking
sorry
back
about
to something
that.
Weird.
No, I was just looking at the Brutus's flaming tire, and I just see what it says in Legends.
What?
In Legends?
Yeah,
Oh.
because I like looked it up as well to like see and read what this thing was.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to help contribute? I'm not. Oh whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa?
The most
Oh, whoa?
one of the famous.
Oh, whoa?
Hello. Are we all here?
Yeah.
No, I was saying oh
What?
whoa, like ooh woo.
Oh.
Why am I not in the fire anymore?
Put him back.
Okay, I'll put him back in the fire. I'm so
Breen,
sorry.
Please put me back in the fire.
All right, I'll put you back in the fire. My apologies.
Um.
Let me just
So
Where I
one of the
belong.
most famous legends is from Kyoto,
there you
Japan,
go.
in which the flaming wheel rolled through town and a woman peeked out her window to look at him, to which it said, "Instead of looking at me, have a look at your own child."
Yep.
To which she looked down at her baby to see him lying in a pool of blood and his legs missing, only
Let's
to
look-
turn back at the demon and see that her baby's legs were in its mouth with him eating them.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh my
He's
It's a-
eating
lord.
baby legs,
It's a
huh?
He was
fucking
literally he
wild
was
wheel.
eating someone's legs.
He was eating a
um,
baby's legs.
Eating a
Damn.
baby's legs. It's said to be a bad omen. He guards the gates of hell, but wanders back and forth on the road between the world and the underworld, scaring townsfolk as he passes and stealing souls of those who get too close.
Damn.
So he's just an asshole.
He
He
does.
just
He
Yeah.
does
go
kind of seem
by,
like a prick.
Yeah,
and if
he's
you're
like
too
an asshole.
close, he just steals your soul.
Although I'm gonna be completely honest, most yokai are
just
assholes.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
They
usually
all
they
just
are
seem like
assholes,
dicks.
Yeah.
And they're in this one's in a bunch of video games.
Really?
Is it?
It does seem like
Yeah,
a twisted metal
It was
character.
it was
Yeah.
in a PlayStation survival horror game.
Hmm.
It was in Okami, Demon Blade, Yokai Watch, and then it was in a bunch of anime and manga, including One Piece.
No shit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think one of the things was it was one of the Black Maria's weapon.
Mm.
I'm not that far in One Piece yet.
I'm also
Well,
not that far.
I don't know who that is, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm only watching the live action one because I can't get through the. There's too many episodes.
It is a lot of episodes. You're
It's-
better off reading it.
Yeah, I might have to do
Well,
that.
Griff, to put it into whatever context, the icon here with the one in it, multiple one it looks like, has the what's the name of the skeleton with an afro?
Oh, Brooke.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brooks.
there's a little far in. Not sure
Mm.
where Brooke comes in and all this, but
That'd be.
Scene with
It starts at
him.
Thriller Bark, so it
Does-
might even be there.
No,
Bro, I don't know One Piece, man.
Black Maria wasn't in the. We're getting off topic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hi, welcome to the One Piece podcast, where Bruce and I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know anything going on. I know
Nick
I
and
know.
Griff try to explain One Piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, ask a question about One Piece, and I'll explain it to the littlest that I know.
What's a dragon fruit?
All right.
Dragon fruit. That's not in One Piece.
Whatever it
That's
is,
a
a thing.
that's a
Devil
A
fruit.
devil
Devil
fruit.
fruit, that bitch. Can you
I'll take
see
a dragon
obviously
fruit.
how I'm so fucking tired.
tired of life.
I'm tired of
Tired of
this
this shit,
grandpa.
Grandpa.
Let's do it in band.
Oh God, Nick.
Tired of yokai.
Peeking your mic over there.
Good. Well,
Excited.
apparently last time I was too quiet.
Well, you're definitely
Well,
peeking.
now, Nick, you're a little too loud.
Yeah, now you're
You're
peeking.
just a little bit too loud.
Yeah, I'm
You
so
also
sorry,
look a little
headphone
too close to your
users.
microphone.
Hey, I am so sorry, headphone users. Anyway,
So with
so-
that, I guess we circle back around if we have
yeah,
more.
yeah, back to whoever has other ones if they want to.
Well,
Griff's got a few.
I mean, I have a few just because like I have so many that are just my absolute favorites
Mm-hmm.
where like it just goes with the mythology and Pokemon and all that stuff. One of my favorites being the commissioned artwork that I have or the print upstairs where
Of the two mouth lady.
Yeah, the two mouth.
yeah, the two mouth lady.
Oh yeah, that goes hard.
Yeah.
The
That's really cool.
Fuki, no, that's the ice one.
Fukuchiona.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the main story of it is a man with two kids remarries because his wife died because it's feudal Japan and everyone dies of something random at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And he remarries to either she has her own kids or it's just a brand new woman. And he has to go to work or he has to leave. And ultimately she's left to take care of the kids. And, you know, she gets all the money, she gets the house, she gets free reign. And he doesn't notice that she's neglecting his kids. Like they're not being fed, they're not being bathed, they're not being clothed. But she is draped in the finest of linens. She's eating the best food. She's living her best life. Ultimately, he comes home one day. Yeah, exactly. Ultimately, he comes home one day, goes into his kids' rooms, and finds them dead from exposure, malnutrition, whatever the flavor of the week that she
Whatever
neglected
flavor
to
of the
do.
week.
And well, because it could be anything. Like
Mhm.
she kept him out in the stables to freeze to death. She didn't feed them.
Consumption.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
yeah.
And lack
So-
thereof.
Yeah. So she's at the table eating as much as she can, and the man, in a rage, takes a big knife, cleaver, sword, and just smacks her on the back of the head with it.
Oh.
Well,
Axe or cuts? Slices?
cuts. Well, hits with the blade. He hits her with a blade.
Cuts.
And when he pulls it back,
Tries to murder.
she doesn't bleed. Instead, her mouth, the wound in the back of her head just sprouts open, shows teeth, and her hair just starts to reach around and starts feeding things into the back of her head.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, this culminates in like the woman herself becoming the yokai on top of the fact that it's kind of like a mask. The front will always like it'll try to deceive and talk, but the mouth in the back will always tell the truth. Like no, I took great care of your kids. No, she didn't. She literally ate everything, took all the clothes. She literally sold the clothes. If you weren't coming back to check up on these kids, she probably would have sold them into slavery long ago.
Oh shit.
And it ultimately, like, if we're going into like the yokai Pokemon thing, it ultimately leads to what Mawile is based off of.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mawile is like, you look at it, it's just this from the front and ignore the giant pea pod jaws in the back.
Ah, yes.
It's a small, petite Pokemon. It's a small humanoid looking thing. But then it turns its head to battle, and it's just these absolutely massive iron jaws that will clamp around you and tear you to pieces.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
That
guy.
guy.
That guy.
That guy.
And it was one of the Pokemon that was listed for like the fairy typing when it first came out in Black and White, which kind of gave it that like mystic origin kind of stuff, and also added to the yokai spirit. So yeah, and I love like Mawile as a Pokemon. It's such a good Pokemon, and I wish it was competitively viable again.
He's very upset about it.
It was so good. I loved it when it had the Mega Evolution.
I said it, he would go into a rant. Like clockwork, baby. Anyway, do we have?
Yeah.
Do you have? Do we have a photo of the yokai other than the Pokemon variant?
I mean, I could run up and take a picture of
No, it's okay.
I was just gonna look up the two-mouthed woman.
I'm trying to find it, but
there is a VTuber that's probably going to come up.
Is there?
what?
Yeah.
Oh,
What,
I do not see a VTuber.
Nakuki?
Oh, no? Oh,
No.
never mind.
What was it called?
Futakuchi
I just
Ona.
did it as the two-mouthed woman, but I have the image, and I'm gonna try.
I also have. I got it.
I've got a couple.
You got it?
Yeah, I got one. I got a good one. This one's actually really pretty. I like this.
That's so sick.
I really like this drawing. Actually, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's so
I
dope.
could swear there was a
Oh,
commercial
yeah,
that used the same thing, the same yokai.
Yeah.
Well,
what?
I think it's in Skullgirls. There's.
Oh yeah, in Skullgirls, there's a fighter. Yeah, she's very. Her hair fights for her, if I remember right. She has like. Oh man.
Yeah, and I think it talks to her too, because I think she has the mouth in the back of her head.
I'm not sure she has the mouth on the back of her head. I would have to double check on that because I used to play Skullgirls, but it's been a very long time since I've touched it. So.
Yeah, every time I try to look up Beowulf, because this is for Skullgirls, I keep getting the fighter Beowulf from Skullgirls, and
some of their designs are dope as hell.
They are dope.
Just
but
not
when I'm
to,
trying
not
to look
to
up, like,
deter, but
yeah, but when I'm trying to look up like the Beowulfs from Ruby or the actual like literature, all I get is a man in a wolf pelt just slamming people with a steel chair.
yeah, he does that. He does that. It's funny.
Do be like that.
It do be like that.
But there's a second yokai that I absolutely love.
We have a print of it in our studio space right now. It's
We
actually really
do.
cool. Yeah.
Which was made by the guy who, again, I can't remember his name, who did like
I'm
all
sure
the,
he has it. Like, if I was to walk over there
the
right now
mythology.
and look,
It's probably on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably like printed his name on it, just for like artist's sake.
Yeah. Either way. All right, Griff, give us your next one.
Give us your next one.
Strap in.
Oh no.
Sit down, class.
Okay.
So the next one I've got here, it's called the Kijimuna. It's the most widely known yokai of Okinawa and Ryukyu Island, which is like the southern part of Japan. It's a trickster figure akin to a kappa. also
Okay.
considered a tree spirit, like a kodama. Um,
Mm-hmm.
The Kijimuna are often described as having both hair down to their shoulders and hairy bodies. In some locales, they are the size of an infant or small child and covered in red hair. Elsewhere, they are large and completely black. And in some places, they are said to possess gigantic testicles.
Oh.
They tend to reside in
Right.
trees, such as fig trees and other types native to the region.
Mhm.
Kijimuna like to play tricks on people by, for example, giving them dirt and making them believe it's rice. They can also be violent and troublesome by robbing people. They
Okay.
also like to befriend humans, helping them catch fish or do work in the mountains.
Oh, fun.
They say that a fish provided by a Kijimuna is always missing one eye because it is said that the Kijimuna has eaten the other.
Gotta have some kind of payment.
Yeah, it is kind of a weird. You can break off a friendship with a Kijimuna or cause it to leave the area by giving it something it hates, such as an octopus or chicken.
Oh, I did not know.
Guy's
I
eating
mean, when
guy's
is-
eating fish eyes, but he doesn't like octopus or
That.
chicken.
He kind of hates octopus. All right.
Or the more extreme method, burning down the tree that he lives in.
Oh.
Fair.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
honestly, if I want to get rid of someone quickly, burning down their home.
Yeah, just burn their home down. I mean, that seems like the most viable way to.
I mean, listen, if I want to get rid of someone very quickly, burning
Burn
their
their house
house
down.
to the
Yeah,
ground
just
sends the
burn
best
their
way.
house down.
I don't know if that would get rid of them though. I feel like
What,
they would just
anger
be
them?
they just piss them off.
I mean, it'll get rid of them for a little while until the house is built again.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Or they just come straight to your house and that's their house now. There's a legend collected in the Shimajiri district in Okinawa clearly exemplifies the double-edged ambivalence of the character. There was a man called Kuji Dono who spent his days working hard and his evenings fishing in the ocean. Once, while fishing, he noticed a man he had never seen before. He greeted him, and eventually the two became friends, meeting every night at the same place and occasionally even sharing their catch. Kujiro Dona noticed some strange things about the man, an accent he could not place, for example, and the fact that his clothing always seemed wet.
Oh.
When he asked him where he lived, the strange man only gestured vaguely to a mountain in the distance.
Yeah, you know.
Kujira Dono eventually became more and more suspicious and one day ventured to ask him again where he came from and what his village was called. Suddenly, the man's eyes flashed and he said, "Today is no fun. I'm going home." Chiratona followed him through the woods and into the mountains, where he eventually came to a gigantic old mulberry tree, and then the man just disappeared as if swallowed by the tree.
All right then.
Honestly, today is no fun. I'm going
Yeah.
home. And
I
then
don't
just
like
That's a
this.
whole mood, yeah.
That is, if that's not a mood,
That's
like
so
if
funny.
you just like show up to your work one day and you're just like, I don't vibe with this, and
Yeah,
then
fuck
just
this.
disappear.
Yeah. I wish
I
I could
wish
do
I
that
could
at
do
work.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
Just show up, be like, not today, not today.
It kind of
Not today,
reminds me of like a tanuki.
Yeah,
Like-
it compared it to a kappa,
Yeah.
actually, which
Yeah.
Kappa.
Well, the kappa I get because kappas are kind of like the mischievous little critters.
Mm-hmm.
But then you said ball sack.
the giant testicles,
The
yes.
giant testicles, in which, again, tanukis just being really weird critters
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
and having magical testicles.
And fun fact,
Yes.
the Kijimuna name is also currently associated with the Kijimuna Festa, an international performing arts festival for young people held every summer in Okinawa City.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when are we going?
Yeah.
When we can get you on a plane.
Yeah, you have no idea how badly I want to go to Japan.
Nick
Same.
also really wants to go to Japan. Like super wants to go.
All right. Anybody else got another one?
I have one more.
Okay.
Let me open that tab back up. There we go. All right, so so as the people of the channel know, I myself am a connoisseur of shipwrecks
Oh.
and ship disasters, as the likes of which nobody should be obsessed with unless they're neurodivergent.
What?
Anyway,
Excuse me? What?
what
I would
me
have never
obsessed
guessed.
with? I know. Anyway, While I was looking through and trying to find new yokai I had not heard of, I came across a yokai called a Funayari. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. I'm going to send over the.
Give it to the
Translation.
professor.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to the professor. The professor will let me know if I'm saying it right or wrong.
It's the Hunayore.
There you go. Thank you, Professor. Appreciate it. These are ghost ships.
Mm,
Very on brand.
Yeah.
very on brand.
Very on brand. I was actually very shocked because I used the randomizer on this website I had found.
Oh god.
So their habitat is seas, oceans, and bays. Their appearance is when the ghosts of people who have died at sea transform into vengeful spirits, they become a particular type of ghost called the, how Griff had said it earlier, because I will butcher it again.
Hunayore.
There you go. They are shades of drowned sailors which remain in the world, hunting for their former friends and comrades to take them down to sea. Almost very similar to sirens, now that I think about it.
Yeah. Very, yeah.
Yeah. They appear as dead bodies and wearing white funerally robes. They are seen at night either when the moon is new or full, or on particularly stormy or foggy nights, or during the festival of Obon. They appear in mist or like foggy types of weather, and it gets closer and closer until it forms a ship with a ghostly crew.
Oh.
Very, very on the nose here.
Honestly, going around just collecting sailors to form a ghost ship just
Mhm.
sounds
Mhm.
awesome. Because at that point, it's just
Can
like
you imagine a ghost fleet of these things?
Ghost One Piece now.
Ghost One Piece, yeah. I thought we
It
got
all
away
comes
from the
back.
One Piece. It all,
It all comes back to One
all
Piece.
came back to One
Full
Piece.
circle.
Full
But
circle.
I'm just
Let me
I'm just
throw that
thinking,
up
like,
on the.
what if it just goes around to different ships throughout, like, the ages, and you're just sitting there with, like, you got a Viking, a samurai, like a World War II soldier,
Yeah.
and you just have, like, a pirate
Some
all
some
on
dude
one
named
ship.
Greg.
There's just a
It's
dude
a-
named
exactly.
It's a
Greg.
crab fisherman named Greg.
Who's
Like,
unfortunately
just
in the
a
future
bunch
turned
of
into a fan.
random people throughout, like, the decades just to get, like, this ghost ship. And it just looks like some turn-of-the-century colonial ship.
I
So you got Greg on there, and he's like, I have no idea what the fuck we're
don't
doing.
know how any of this works.
What the fuck am I doing here? So it said that much like other yokai, you can outsmart and trick these guys. You by carrying buckets and ladles with holes in the bottom. Despite their efforts, the ghosts will not be able to flood the human ship with such tools. They can also be avoided by boldly sailing directly through the ship instead of
Play
turning
ghost
away.
chicken
Yeah.
with
Fuck
them
you
shit.
guys.
Fuck you guys, instead of turning away to avoid a collision. Or you can throw provisions or food overboard, and the ghosts will go after that instead.
Mine,
Mine?
Yokai are
Mine?
stupid.
mine.
Because that is a very common thread where like,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah,
trick
if you
them with like
throw
the
food at 'em.
dumbest shit.
Yeah, so like it says since they're hungry spirits, they'll go after the food instead of like the actual people on the ship.
I mean, to be fair, if you're standing there and you're just hungry as shit,
And all
like
of a
if
sudden
you're
you
in
see
spirit
somebody
and you're just
throwing
hungry,
like the tea overboard or like packets of
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I haven't had a beef bun in forever. Dude chucks a beef bun. No!
What is a beef bun?
It's like the bao buns.
What is that?
It's a dumpling.
Dumpling.
Okay. Okay.
It's
There
the
was
best.
another because hold on. Keep talking.
But yeah, it's very
I
easy to trick these guys.
Yeah.
Which is very funny if you think of it. Like it's almost comical trying to play chicken with these guys. Like, can you imagine being a ship right now in this day and age and having all these navigation tools and being like, ah, yes, there's a boat in front of us, but my navigation says that there is no boat in front of us, and they are obviously ghosts.
Ramming speed.
Ramming speed.
Ramming speed.
Drive through them.
Drive right through them.
They're not on our radar, which means we gotta go after them.
Well,
They're
I mean,
not
They don't
real.
the reef that the Costa Concordia also hit was not on the radar, but that's another story.
Oh.
Anyway,
It actually it makes me think, because like even if you don't like run through them, imagine like an American ship seeing just like this ghost ship. They're not on our radar. Are they enemies? I don't know.
Blast 'em.
Open fire.
fire.
Open fire.
Now, when you come out on the other side, are you all like gooey, like ectoplasmy?
Mate,
If you drive through them,
Just covered in the
Maybe.
ghostly slime.
yeah.
like you're all
Yeah.
like gross and shit. You're just like, oh, I need to take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you when you do collide with them, like you are going through them? Do the ghosts that were like right in projection of your boat now, are they on your boat or are they just like floating in the middle of the ocean?
I wonder, like very briefly, you'd think maybe
Yeah.
they would
I think
be
it's kind of like
Like,
an
on your
grab
boat.
overload
onto your
situation.
ship.
Like you drive straight through them, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden they're now all just dunked in the water.
They're
Yeah.
all bailing.
Yeah, they're all like, get on the, get to the
It's that
lifeboats.
scene.
Get to the ghost lifeboats.
It's the scene in whatchamacallit, in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie where Jack and Will are stealing the ship and all of the guys are in the lifeboat and the ship that they were stealing just plows straight through the lifeboat, and they're
Oh,
like,
God.
abandoned ship, and they just all jump in as the lifeboat gets dragged underneath.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen the first movie.
The first Pirates of the Caribbean was so long ago too.
Yeah.
I have not seen. I like Brutus. I am very bad at movies.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, like I said, it's a very yes, you are very bad with movies, and I do constant freaking
Nick does
Wow, Nick,
constant
movie
not
quotes.
not to derail the conversation again for the 5th time. Nick does
movies.
constant movie quotes. Like we'll just be having a normal conversation. He'll do movie quotes, and I just stare at him as dumbfoundedly as humanly possible because I'm trying to figure out if it's actually like him himself these words are coming out of, or if it's a fucking movie quote. I have no idea what he's saying.
It happens way too often.
It happens at
And
least once
also-
a day.
Guys,
At
this man
least
just
once a
created
day.
masterpiece.
And also to go back to Pirates of the Caribbean, the
Mhm.
first one was made in 2003.
I love that we just
It's
derail.
20 years old.
Why would you remind me of how old I am? Fun fact,
Because it's fun.
I turned 30 this year and it's scary.
We went over the fun fact that Zaboomafoo had their 25th anniversary.
Yeah, you did say that
Oh.
Zaboomafoo did have their 25th anniversary. That upsets
Yeah,
me.
take that,
That
Nick.
hurt.
Yeah, that super upsets me and I hate it actually.
Yeah, I know, Sam.
Well, they
Lemur's
said-
dead.
Don't
Yeah.
remind
Yeah,
me.
2014.
2014, she
Dude was
died. But she's
lame.
got
though.
great
He had
grandkids.
kids.
He did have 3
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
He had like
Hey.
13 kids.
Oh yeah, that's right. Mitch and I are going to Salem for our 30th.
Salem,
Yeah.
Boston, Salem, or Salem, Illinois. Because those are two very different things.
Let's rent a
Yes.
I'm not renting a lemur. Whichever the witchy one is.
Oh, can you
That's
rent
Boston.
lemurs?
Yeah, the Boston one.
It's Boston, yeah.
Massachusetts, yeah. That one.
You should
Anyway,
rent a
that's
lemur.
my that was my final yokai.
I don't think Brutus has another one unless
I mean, I have one loaded up, but I would be reading straight from the page for it.
I feel like that's what we've been mostly doing.
yeah.
Isn't
some
it
of us have
by
been
Boston
reading.
though, Mitch? Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, these are
The
important
silence.
questions. These are very important questions we have to.
I loved my trip to Boston when I went.
I had cousins
brother and cousin
from
didn't.
Boston. Yeah.
Nicholas, were you indeed walking here?
I hate you so fucking much, but I'm literally gonna throw you out of the fire. You're gonna be in the woods behind Griff.
Just really tiny.
Yeah.
We're then just gonna turn him down soft enough that it's just like him yelling in the background, like, "Hey, what are you guys doing over there?
What are you guys doing up there? What are you talking about?
Are you?" That's what
Where
we
are
should
you
do. That
walking?
we should do that with guests, like before we
In the
introduce them. They're
TV.
just in the
In the
background.
background, in the far corner.
Oh my god.
But Nick, where are you?
Well, I have one more, but I feel like I kind of want to end on it because it's a full story as well. So I was gonna open up the floor to anyone else who had
I only had the 2.
more yokai.
Yeah, I only had the 2, but I know Griff has the whole book.
Let me look at my notes.
Yeah. Professor, do you have any more
Dr. Griffin.
Doctor.
Griffin?
Tell you what,
Doctor.
I got 2 pretty short ones. Actually,
Doctor, give me the news.
He's gonna come
What
back and be like, I
kind
got
of
5
yokai
actually.
are you?
I actually have 3 left, but
okay.
two of them are really short. And then Nick, your other one is not Yuki Onna, is it?
It is.
Okay, so I'll just leave that one for you.
Yep.
I know you mentioned it earlier. That's why.
Well, it's one of the stories that I know off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's for some reason, whenever I talk about yokai or mythological creatures, they're always women.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
most of them
gotta-
are.
Yeah.
Most of them are,
Yeah.
but it's just like the stories that I know off the top of my head. Like, I don't know about the dude, going back to our previous episode, which you should be listening to on YouTube.
It is on YouTube.
The man with the asshole with
you
an
need
eye,
our socials,
Butthole eye.
butthole eye, yeah.
Shirime, yeah.
Right here.
Or the umbrella that just steals your sandal.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Or
Okay.
even just whatever a tengu does, but it's just
Well, it's a Tengu or Tenga? Because a Tenga is a fleshlight. Tengu is the yokai.
What?
And then you
All
got
right, so
tengu.
I got 2 pretty short ones that I can just.
All right, we're gonna completely ignore that. Right over the thing. We'll just anyway. What are your 2 short ones?
All right, so the first one you might have heard this. There's actually a very popular anime about it.
Oh.
Is Hanako of the Toilet.
Oh yes.
What?
I remember this one.
From the ghost story?
From the
No, not that one.
Oh.
No, Tanako-kun, Toilet Bound Tanako-kun, I think is what it's called.
Oh yes, that's right.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Now I remember. All right. Sorry, we were just on the
Yeah,
ghost stories.
Not ghost stories.
We just
so-
love shitting on
How
that
do
anime.
Well, this Griffin.
What's up?
Tanako?
Tanaka. Or Hanako.
Hanako.
Yeah. So Hanako is a ghostly girl who haunts only school bathrooms. I don't know what is it with Japan and bathrooms, because there's several fucking
There's a
ghost stories
lot, yeah.
that have to do with bathrooms.
Listen, you walk into a bathroom and sometimes you just walk into something that you hope is supernatural.
Have you ever seen a fucking Japanese bathroom? There's like a hole in the floor that they
Yeah.
just squat over.
They are.
Listen,
It's
that-
animalistic.
And that's why sometimes
All I'm getting
like,
is
you-
is many anime references for
Yeah. So yeah, look up Hanako of the Toilet. That'll probably
But
come up.
listen,
this is
sometimes
I
it
got
gets scary like that because sometimes you just squat down over there. Next thing you know, something's just diddling you.
Yeah, this one does. I think sometimes reach its large white hand out of the toilet. But
That's terrifying.
so details differ from school to school. But typically, it is said that if you go to the girls' bathroom on the 3rd floor, knock 3 times on the 3rd door or the 3rd toilet stall door, a girl's voice will answer. In some versions, the door swings open, but nobody's there. Sometimes it explained that Hanako will answer if you call her name or say, Hanako-san, let's play. And in some versions, Hanako does appear, a little girl with a bob haircut, dressed in a white blouse and red skirt. Something with 3s. I don't know what that was all about. It's always the 3rd floor, the 3rd stall, and you knock 3 times. I don't know what makes
4
3 so important, but
yeah, that's. I can think of something, but I don't think it has religious implications.
I don't think it does either.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Yeah,
not even gonna
it's
bother.
not it's not that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and I'm like, no, that makes no sense.
That can't be it.
That can't be right.
It's just usually with like mythologies and stuff. Whenever you're doing like a certain number of knocks, 3 is usually like
the big
It's like
implicator, yeah.
mark of the Holy or mocking the Holy
Yeah,
Trinity
it's
or
mocking
whatever
the
it
Holy
is.
Trinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the.
But
do that with, like,
even
paranormal.
like before that.
Yeah.
But even before that, like just knocking 3 times is just the standard.
True.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my next short, actually, the other one's pretty short too. So I actually have 2 more, not counting Yuki Onna.
Okay.
The next one is that fucking picture is terrifying, Bruce.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
The next one
I'm
is
gonna fucking throw that up on stream.
is
to scare
called
everyone.
the Akaname or the Scum Liquor. This yokai appeared for the first time in Saikin's Gaizu Hyaki. Holy shit, that's a long one. Hyaki Yagyo. That's a long ass word. Where it is pictured as a small anthropomorphic creature scratching its head and sticking out its tongue as it creeps suspiciously around the corner of a bathhouse. Like most of the other entries in this particular codex, there is absolutely no explanation. The word aka actually refers to dirt, grime, or sweat, and also describes the coating of scum that accrues on the sides of a bathtub.
Oh,
This
Okay.
yokai is not known particularly for anything other than licking the aka out of a tub.
ew.
And now my last one. This one's a little less fucking zany,
A
but
little less zany about other
it's,
than the,
than the toilet
the
liquor.
toilet liquor. Yeah,
Um,
I just heard him sing the loony. We're all a little loony while going up to the bathroom.
fucking psycho. My last one is the Rokurokubi, or the pulley neck, or also known as the removable head. The
I like that one.
Rokurokubi appears as a normal woman whose head can become completely detached from her body, or alternatively remain attached by a long thread-like neck. In either case, the head has the ability to fly around and act on its own. Although Rokurokubi are usually portrayed as female, there are also male and occasionally even an entire family of them. The word Rokuro refers to a pulley. In Japan, visual images of the Rokurokubi generally show the neck stretching and swirling in snake-like fashion, while the head is never completely separated. There is one legend recording in a book called Kwaidan by some fucking Italian guy.
Oh,
Some fucking Italian.
fucking
guy.
Italian.
Not even gonna try to pronounce that one.
Yeah.
The first extended discussion of this yokai in English. A samurai turned wandering priest finds himself staying the night with a woodcutter and his family. After reciting prayers until late into the night, the priest gets up to get some water to drink and discovers the woodcutter and his family lying in their sleeping room with no heads. He realizes that he has been lured into the dwelling of the Rokurokubi. Sneaking outside, he sees the heads flying around and eating worms and insects.
No.
He also overhears them discussing how delightful it would be to devour the traveling priest. Fortunately, however, he recalls an old text in which it is written that if you remove the body to another place, the head will never be able to join itself again to the neck. When the head comes back and finds its body has been moved, it will strike itself upon the floor 3 times, bouncing like a ball, and it will pant in great fear and presently die.
Oh. All right. Hold on.
Yeah,
Thinking of like a basketball, like just bonk, bonk, bonk.
It was 3 times again, too.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's because at that point it's just like, okay, I got to kill myself. I can't find my body. It's hesitant the first time, so it just slams its head in the ground. It's like, okay, that wasn't too bad. I got to do it harder. Second time, oh my god, that actually really hurts, but I'm not dead yet. The third time, it's like, all right, put all your work into it. Wham!
Then it pants and dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's got the concussion and just dies.
Yeah.
Deceased.
I
Right,
was gonna
those are
say
all of
because
mine.
Brutus was like getting pictures while we're at it, and
Mhm.
there's just
I'm
a
like-
really
like-
cute one.
That
But
was the one of
the only thing that distracted me is there's an iFunny Co.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
iPhone
watermark in the bottom of it.
iFunny sucks so bad.
Look, it was just one of the ones on the Google Images. I couldn't help it.
This is
Yeah,
the,
no,
this
it's
is the
fine.
one.
It's still adorable. I love it.
It is.
It is very
But
cute.
I couldn't be bothered to take the extra 2 minutes to edit it down and remove the iPhone.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that. It's all
Lazy.
good.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
that.
it's fine. We're lazy. We're lazy here.
So I guess we'll finish off with my story of the Yuki Onna, better known as the Ice Lady. The main story of this one is 2 woodcutters are trekking home after a long day, and a blizzard is coming through the mountain that they would do their wood cutting in. Fearing that they wouldn't be able to make it home, they stumble upon a woodsman's shack and decide, you know what, no one's home. We can spend the night. We'll just make sure it's all nice and tidy by the time we get home, or by the time the person comes back.
Mhm.
They spend the night, and one of the woodsmen, after going to bed, wakes up feeling absolutely freezing. He's just cold as hell. And he sits up to see the door wide open, the blizzard outside going full force, gale force winds, the snow is going sideways. And he
fucking
looks
windy.
over, it heckin' windy.
It heckin'
Uh,
windy.
So he looks over to his friend, and he sees a blue spectral woman floating over his friend, cupping his face in her hands, and his body is dark blue. It's pale, it's cold, and she is literally sucking the life out of him. And feeling this, she turns her head, looks at him, and says, "If you tell anyone about this, I will fucking kill you."
Yeah.
And in fear, the man passes out. He wakes up the next day, sees the door again wide open, and his friend, blue, pale, dead. Stone cold, literally.
Stone cold
He-
dead.
He rushes back down the mountain, and he keeps his word. He keeps his mouth shut. He meets a woman. They have 2 lovely children. And this is years later that the kids are in bed. There's another blizzard coming through. And he's solemn, worried because he sees the blizzard. And his wife comes up to him and says, "Hey, are you okay? Like, what the heck is going on?" So he takes a deep breath, thinking, it's been 15, 20 years. Like, I could probably tell the story again, or tell this story. So he sits his wife down, tells her the whole story. And at the end, he can see his breath coming out of his mouth, to which he then looks at his wife, who has turned into the blue spectral lady. The house, the doors open, the windows fly open, snow starts pouring in, and she looks at him and says, "I told you never to tell anyone that story. And if it wasn't for those 2 kids in the next room, I would kill you where you stand." And before he even has a word, his hands slowly start to become blue and pale and frail, and she whisks her way out the door, never to be seen again. He no longer has a wife, and his hands are eternally frostbitten. And that's the main legend of a Yuki Onna, aka a ice woman.
That's horrifying.
It's absolutely horrifying, and the main the story, like the people that say behind it, is it's a woman that got caught in a blizzard after running away from her wedding.
Mm.
So it's like she's resenting, like she didn't want to get married, but she got caught in a blizzard and died, so she's freaking pissed.
I'd be too. Yeah, that's fucking...
Yeah, like it's understandable. Like, God fucking damn it, I wanted to live my life, but no, I'm a frozen spirit. And she travels with the blizzard. She drains the life force out of men and whoever get caught out in blizzards. That's why, like, when people saw them, they're blue, they're frostbitten, there's no life to them whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's the main, like, lore of why don't go out into the blizzard or else this thing will take you. and it is the main inspiration for the Pokemon Frostlass.
I fucking got a photo pulled up. I
I
was on the
Photo.
ball for that one.
Nice.
which is the Ghost Ice type of Snorunt. Which Snorunt itself is based off of a like ice nomad. So it's understandable that like it would become a ghost ice type. And even in like Frostlass's Pokedex entry, it says that it will find people in blizzards, freeze them, and then take them back to her cave lair home,
Oh.
where she likes to
Hmm.
hold them as trinkets and trophies.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
So
Good for her. You know what?
exactly. But that's like the main inspiration for the Pokemon, and even its Pokedex entry being a ghost type is like, oh yeah, no, you're my friend now. We're having soft tacos later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Soft taco.
But they're just these creepy ice.
Would you rather have a hard shell
like-
tacos
Depends.
on the mood?
Mhm.
I mean, any taco is a soft taco if you leave it long enough.
Oh.
I disagree. Okay.
All right. Well.
Tangents. Keep going.
Would you rather beef or
What?
chicken?
Beef. What the steak? What? Shut up.
Anyway, another tangent.
We'll have that discussion later.
The next episode will be our food preferences.
Oh,
Well,
that's
was
what I
gonna
know
say,
about.
We could do like foods that terrify us or something
yeah,
like
food,
that.
broccoli. Anyway,
Oh.
next question.
Scary food. Fish.
But yeah, that's basically like the main gist of it. It's just spectral woman in the snow. And honestly, if he just kept his mouth shut, he would have still had a wife.
Yeah, if
shut the
you
fuck up.
like shut the fuck up, yeah.
So I have some fun facts about this one as well,
Mhm, mhm.
Go
because
ahead.
that's actually the same story that's in this book.
Yeah.
Except that it does mention that it's actually 10 children,
Hey,
not 2. 10.
Whoa.
10.
10.
Damn.
10 children.
They fucking.
I mean,
they
back then you had to have as
fucking-
many kids. You had to have
Yeah.
as many kids because
They probably died.
Yeah.
and they probably die.
Yeah, they
Um,
probably
Plus, if
died
you
a
have
lot.
if you have more girls than boys, then you know you're selling them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the woman that he met actually
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
went by the name Oyuki, which like she didn't even try to hide it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's actually a few different it doesn't really go into detail on them, but there is like a few actually different stories where people have married non-human entities like this. And
Yeah.
one of the ways that they are exposed, it's either they mention something about it like this guy, or another way that came up a couple times was when they ask their wife to bathe and they melt in the hot tub.
Oh. You stinky
Hey,
Which
get in
I-
the tub.
which I thought
You're a
was
little
pretty
right.
funny.
Get in the hot tub.
And they just melt and then
Oh my god. Can you imagine?
thought that was a fun one.
Imagine like you're like, hey, I'll meet you in the hot tub, and you go out there, and your wife is
It's
just,
just
a
a
puddle.
pool. Yeah,
It's just steam.
It's a squonk. Anyway.
Swamped.
Anyway,
No, that's really unique. I didn't even think of that.
I mean,
Like,
you kind of get it. If you have like the house being too hot, like she sweats extra,
Mhm.
Salty.
so you got to keep it cold.
Salty.
That's the second time that's been said today.
Fucking
salty.
God.
I said it right before we started.
Yeah, right before we started. I think that's a good one to end on, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm out, so.
yeah. I don't have any more, unfortunately. But
All right. I guess I'll wrap up.
yeah, if
Thank
you
you
want to wrap
everyone
up.
for joining us. Tune in next time when we figure out, or just tune into the next episode. Listen to
It'll
this.
be something.
We'll figure something
Yeah, it'll
out.
be something. Listen
knows?
to both episodes on YouTube when they go up. Any suggestions, help, leave in the comments. And
Critiques keep
aside
to
from that-
yourself.
Yeah, I don't
We're
want to
ju-
fucking hear
We're
it.
literally just doing this for fun. It's not a, you know.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for
Um,
hanging out with us. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
See you possibly tomorrow for more Monster Hunter. Possibly.
Possibly
Yes,
tomorrow.
Oh,
for
yes.
Monster
Hunter Mondays.
Yeah,
Oh yes,
Monster.
Monster Hunter Mondays.
Yeah. So we hope you guys have a wonderful start to the rest of your week, and we will see you next time.
Arigatou gozaimasu.